Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Wasteland 2 with me, Cornish-Knight, as we just finish off our little shopping expedition. So what do we need? We need to buy those for him because his gun uses them. She needs these, I believe, for her weapon. Is there anything else that we need? Probably want to grab that as well because it looks useful, I will admit. Right. So anything I want to sell. Sell the crowbar. I decided to keep that just in case we get swarmed at close range. So what do we want to break? Actually, I need to see what we can get before we do anything else. What's the percentage of us? What can we get here? Long barrel. Yeah, we've got the long barrel, that's good. What can we get out of there? Small scope, long barrel. Not really worth it. I was wanting a high powered scope. 20% chance for high powered scope. 25. Okay. Yeah. 50. Yeah. Right. Suppose that's the way of it, isn't it? Give him that for now. He can have that. Remove. We'll sell all this stuff. Can I pick up a blade from someone? Yeah, there we go. Right. What's the AP of these things? So I need to raise some money now. Right, sell that. Let's trade. What do I need to sell, really? Probably want to dump one of these. Actually, probably not. Let's just sell this stuff. So you got anything worth selling? Sell those. I'm reluctant to sell those because we never know when a weapon might come back into use, do we? Sell those. Okay. We're still over encumbered. I can give her that, and she can become our official. I'm giving her back that weapon just because I mean, if she gets swarmed at point blank range, we just have to pull it out and she just starts blasting with it. Right, so no more messing about. Someone has to gear back up the scratch. Yes, yes, yes. I'm probably going to be fighting a lot more of the random encounters than I was in the previous game. Not in the previous game, but in the previous arc of the game, just because I need to be farming more experience. You didn't get that much for the big encounters, you got like 15 per enemy, which didn't really make it worth it beyond a certain point.
Echo 1, this is Santa Fe Base. Come
Go
in.
ahead.
10-4, Echo 1. 10-4, Echo 1. Santa Fe Base out.
Right, okay, so we have a visitor at Santa Fe Base, saw the smoke from your chopper and came to have a look. This is someone you should meet, come back when you're clear, copy. Right, okay. I'm going to head down this way and get the mysterious shrine. Right, Durgan's walkbooks are approaching. Well, I haven't fought them before, so we better see what they're like, because we're probably going to have to fight them in the future. There's no point trying to run from them. Let's see the map layout. Boy, this is nasty. I never understand these map layouts. Alright, get him up there. She'll go up there. Him and Ralph can basically stand here. What are we looking at? Where are these things? Great, and we're going to get jumped by these... Okay, they're on the other side of the bridge. That makes my job a bit easier. Get up. Get up. Depending on where they go, I'm going to have you hold back. You can cover this side. You cover this side. The two of you who are my snipers, get here. I know it's out in the open to begin with. Let's try getting them down here so they can get a better shot off on him. We can't do target limbs. Let's just shoot him. A good amount of damage, but not enough. Right, set for ambush. Which way is he going to go? Is he going to go up there? Okay. And there's another one. Okay, right. And they look tough. Did a bit of damage. Lucky critical. Get around here. Target headshot. Oh, seriously. Target headshot. Again? No, just shoot him. She might be able to get up in position to shoot it this time. I'm worried about the one in the back. Still up. Oh. I dislike how the gun automatically empties itself. I really dislike that. Oh, nuts. Scoped headshots. Finally. Stunned.
Copy, Ranger Demon. Echo 1. Congratulations, Echo 1.
That was just nasty. At least we know to stay out of their way. I've got to get that up. Just great. I was starting to think I could actually get proper headshots because I was getting like 88% chance to hit with a headshot. It's like, nope. That's not going to work for you.
Who has killed my children? degenerate gang of troglodytes has dared harm those under my protection. The children of the new citadel are inviolate. Those who touch them will be destroyed. Los Santos, how can I share my golden future with you? You all turn against me like this. You will tell me who did this. You will bring them. They will be punished. Riches beyond your wildest dreams will be granted to any who tell me their name. They must be punished.
Well, ain't that just pretty? Right, backpacks. Carrying capacity. Seeing if I have any trinkets that could be useful, because obviously water is no longer an issue for me. Who's that? Rodai. We've got another shrine. That's interesting. Get her to take points. Wait, why is there mines here? Why are they surrounding a car? That's why. Okay. I see how this is. I look forward to the third one of this, Wastelands 3. I wonder what it would be like. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Fallout series. I haven't played the latest one, to be honest. It didn't really interest me. The whole, as soon as I sort of found out about the story, like in the trailers, like what they were telling you, and I saw clips like we have to find our missing boy, I was like, nah. To be honest, that's such a used trope in like computer games. Like, your son has been kidnapped, find your son. It's like, okay. And very typical trope. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't. Spoilers beyond this point for anyone who hasn't played the game. Basically, your son turns out to be the bad guy, and you've been asleep a lot longer than you basically think. It's like, yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. It was just. Okay, he triggers that trap as well. It was just a setup that that game sort of lent itself to. It was like, oh, your son has been kidnapped. Ouch. Okay. Really taking a beating. I sort of checked. Oh, was it right next to it? Okay. So what's this? Perception. Ion blaster. Energy cells. Nothing particularly fantastic. Can we get anything decent out of it if we strip the parts? Small scope. No, we just sell it for money. He's pretty banged up, but he should be okay. No, I didn't think much of the main story in the new Fallout game. It seemed very obvious what the ending was going to be. Some kind of. I think this is a very well-known webcomic or actual comic series. Faded pictures decorate the base of this shrine. Words may have once accompanied the image, but they have long since faded from exposure. The most you're able to gain is from the sequential artwork is that they depict a couple who really like their couch. Right, okay. So, that's nice.
Copy, Ranger Team. Echo 1. Congratulations, Echo 1.
Right. So these guys leveled up. Now, the advice I was given was to put it into Deadeye, because Deadeye is really powerful. It allows you, if you haven't moved, basically take a point off your. It basically costs one less action point to do stuff, which is really good. He's got to save his stuff because I want to try and get some more useful. I'm probably going to invest Ralph's next skill level in weaponsmithing, just because I'm sick and tired of losing my gear, well, losing my like modifications and then not being able to get new ones because we have quite a low chance. So I'm gonna have to fix that. We'll die, but we have people back at base we need to go and talk to. Right, more of Durgan's work bots. So we know that they're predominantly melee based. They do a lot of melee damage, which sucks. Some kind of canal for bridge. Okay. To be honest, with these robots, it's really simple just to line your people up and blam them when they come. Because I see like no reason that I should need to put my people in any danger by getting close enough for them to charge me. So you guys can go there. You guys go over here. Yeah, it's just blasting them. We hit them, the Furax aims true and the bullets of 100 damage. Voltus Cry attacks the workboat doing 95 points of damage. And they got to come charging out here. Not a lot of damage, to be honest. Give them a whack. 95% chance on the CPU, do it. Perfect, just encrypted 250 points of damage. The first aim is true. Sorry. Voltus Cry attacks a workboat doing 250 points of damage, blasting a tunnel through its artificial brain. Fall back. Headshot. 248 points of damage. I mean, Ralph can go up and have a whack at it if he wants. Ooh, he really needs to get some better weapons. Single shot. And they're dead. Easy peasy. No need for me to wander out into that hellscape and get myself kicked in the head. And because you don't find like random, like, unless you get it off the bodies, there's no loot like lying around the map in these random encounters. There's no point for me to check out the map. So we just do that, get the experience and go home. Let's go. Santa Fe Springs. Right, let's see what the boss wants. Who are these folk?
Rangers, come meet our first visitor. Rangers, this is Fred Peterson, otherwise known as Pistol Pete. He's a traveling gun and armor salesman from a town to the west of us called Rhodia, and he could use our help. Let's not be rude, Rangers. Talk to our guest.
Like the man said, my name's Fred, but ain't nobody called me that. All over L.A., they know me as Pistol Pete, the straight-shootingest, straight-talkingest gun seller north of the 91. If you want to buy or sell, I'm ready to deal. But if you got a mind to help a fella in need, I'd appreciate your hearing me out.
Let's steal first.
Why, sure. Let me open up the toy box and see what I brought.
Cavalier vest would be nice. Those would be really nice for her. For Lilycorn. And that would be really nice for him. That looks interesting, but I'm going to try and save off spending too much for now. Might get that blade though. Mobile armor looks nice. Might get that for one of my other guys. But I want to hold off just because there's other people here that I can buy stuff from. How can we help you, Fred? Pete?
Well, now here it is. I trade all over, but my wife and I live in Rhodia. And right now, damn it, a bunch of pug uglies took over the town. And they're shaking down everybody who goes in or out. Now, if I was to go back, they'd take all of my stock and probably kill me to boot. Now, I'm a damn fine shot for a man of my age, but I'm only one man. And it would take a posse of well-armed folks, such as yourselves, to pry those jackanapes loose of poor old Rhodia. So what do you say? I sort of came upon you folks by accident, but if you want to do like Lieutenant Woodson says you do, and establish yourselves as the good guys around here, I can't think of a better way to show your good intentions than chasing off those no-necks and showing them who's boss. And it sure would be nice to see my wife again.
We'll help.
Well, ain't that fine? Now, I can put Rhodia on your map for you. Or, if you could use somebody along who knows the lay of the land, I'd be happy to show you the way. And like I said, I got a good eye and a steady hand, if things get dicey.
I'd rather that he not die, and I'm not a massive fan of like the AI companions that you get in this game, so stay here.
Fine, fine. I can just mark it on your map.
Here's a map, so is Rodi.
Sure. Here you go. It's right here. And let me mark a good way to go, too. Plenty of fresh water if you take this route. Otherwise, you could get yourself in trouble.
Well, I'm Possum's uncle, already on your map. You found us by accident, how?
Yeah, well, I heard some shooting, and I figured there was some kind of battle going on. I came down to see if there was any bits and pieces I could scavenge. But lo and behold, I find your Lieutenant Woodson here instead, laying out the welcome mat.
If you guys wondering, that's why when people do like archaeological excavations and stuff, why they have so much trouble finding battlefields, especially if they're beyond past a certain date, because the further you go back in time, the more just like general looting of stuff people used to do, because metal used to be more valuable, especially good quality metal, like the type you find in like armor and weapons. You used to get places picked clean, like even broken metal would be taken and sold because people needed the money. Later on, not, I mean, it still happens, like you still get like looted battlefields and stuff throughout the 20th century and the 19th century. I mean, like at the Battle of Waterloo, you had people ripping out soldiers' teeth, like dead soldiers' teeth, because you used to use them in like false teeth and stuff. But yeah, I mean, like it's really hard. It's one of the reasons why it's really hard to find battlefields unless they're like completely forgotten about. But it's interesting, like scrounging battlefield used to actually be a rather like lucrative job, though it came with risk, especially if the winning side hung around, because they didn't like you like basically looting their dead friends' bodies, so they tended to take offense.
They call themselves the Leather Jerks, and I gotta hand it to them. The name fits. Run by a little fella with big ideas. All of them bad. They say they're protecting the town. As far as I can see, they're just milking it dry. And ain't nobody got the guts to stop them.
Tell us about Rodi.
It used to be a nice little farm town. We provided a lot of food for the other communities hereabouts. Garden spot of LA, we like to call it. And people used to come from miles around to look at our towers, too. Beautiful things. Now these rascals have taken over. Nobody's come around no more. Trade has dried up, and people are going hungry. There's sickness among the farmers, and I don't know what else. It's terrible.
What kind of towers are these? Radio towers?
Well, no, not originally, at least. You ain't never heard of our towers? Why, they're famous. Art from before the end of the world. Our mayor had them made into radio towers a while back, but the Leather Jerks smashed the transmitter as soon as they moved in. Now they're just pieces of art again. Nice meeting you folks. And thanks
What
for
a
your help.
sad story.
You won't
We
regret it.
must reunite
You're
him
making a
with his
fine
wife.
name for yourselves.
Wastelander. Let's trade. Right, what's he got? Kevlar combat suit. That looks nice. What else? AK-47, but it uses. Ooh, it uses a. It's a really nice gun, but my god, it's gonna use up my nice ammunition. What's this? Blunt, two-handed, makeshift mace. Sword. Tactical shotgun. Boom fist. MP5. So that uses 9mm in comparison to the Thompson. Actually, that might be something. Yeah, okay. This is probably going to take a bit of time to do. So first off, what do we need to sell? Sell that, because that's not as good. Sell that. Even though we just bought it, which sucks. Not really interested in... No, we don't want to get much for that. So that's it used. That's 3.67mm. That uses 9mm. Right. He's got a good amount of 7.6. So if we do this, we need to be careful. So right, what do I need to get? First off, I need to get that because it has more. It's better. Does a lot more damage, more armor penetration. Okay. So first off, buy that. Second off, energy projectile weapon. Don't need it, to be honest. Single shot. I've got the gamma ray blaster. I'm happy with the gamma ray blaster. That's nice. We give that to him. A lot more damage. Takes a lot more AP though. A lot more AP. But the damage output is worth it. And a lot more armor penetration. Right, so we grab that. Combat shotgun for him. Does a bit more damage. The AP, the armor penetration is better, so he could help against some of the tougher enemies. So we need to get that for him. She needs that because it's just more damage, more armor penetration, everything. We're running a bit low on ammo, okay. We have to be careful from now on then. So what bullets, or what rounds do we need? We need basically he needs more of those for his weapon. We'll take, what, 70 of them for him. So he's got an okay stock. And the other two need those as well. Especially him, he needs to have more of those. As does she. Don't think as many though. She needs, yes, she's really overweight now, but we need to get her more of these bullets because we're going through them at a rate. What can... Okay, that should be everything for now. Fair trade. Right. So, first off, send that for him to tune. Basically, this is just going to be a lot of... I know this is boring for you guys to watch, but this is just basically tinkering. I'll give that to Ralph. Send the bullets back to her. Right, he's massively overweight now, but we can do this. Right. Remove the barrel. Okay, remove that. Okay, what else needs to be stripped? Okay. This is gonna hurt. Got that out. That out. Please work, please. Yes. Right. Okay, so here we go. First things first. I need to put a long barrel on that. Chance to hit. He didn't have that, he just had a small scope, didn't he? And a magazine to stop the risk of jamming. Right, next up. Yeah, this was the one. You get a long barrel. You got an unbiased scope, so it meant that you were even better at hitting. You got a small scope as well, and you got that to stop your gun from jamming. Wait, did I put on the wrong thing? Yeah, okay. Too many weapons, not enough time. Right. So that's... That's... That... Right. What next? What came next? I believe this had a long barrel. Yeah, that had a long barrel. And a scope. No, that had a choke. I don't think it can have anything else to it, no. So this comes down to that. What do I want to put on the Thompson? No, on the, say, MP5. I'm probably just going to put that to counteract jam in the barrel. I'll give her that. Yeah, that should be okay. I'll sell off these. Just got an AK. Lad needs to have the vest, so he's not so pinned in combat. We picked up another one. Who was going to get that one? probably the medic, to be honest, because I need her to keep standing before anybody else falls over and drops it. Oh yeah, and he gets his shotgun back. He's got a revolver now. I'll send the bullets down to him. So much organisation. Right. We'll sell some stuff to him, trade some stuff. Right, what do we need to get rid of? I'm gonna get rid of the 38. Don't think I need it. Dump that. That's her weapon, she needs to have it equipped. I'm doing this predominantly for the cash because I need more money now. Right, so what do we need from this? Kevlar shirt, suit would be nice. I need to buy that for Ralph. For anything else, he needs to have one of those. And more ammunition that we need. Yeah, to be honest, she could use some more medicine stuff as well. We're going through it at a rate these days. 9mm, I could get some more ammo for her as well. Rounds for her. 20 rounds for him. The benefit is these guys don't fire as much, so we're in a better situation. I mean, I'd like to get that and just pump it out on one of my more close range blokes. Just have him walk up and hit. Actually, I might do that, to be honest. Right, there we go. So we've chewed through a lot of our provisions. Give that to the shotgunner. Shotgunner can have that. Sell the combat armor. He's got the pistol, which we can use at sort of range, but actually it's the same damage. Well, that does a lot more damage, to be honest now. So to be honest, we don't really. We can keep the revolver as a backup weapon, perhaps. Up to 3 meters, point blank. Yeah, so we can't get too close with that. How's he looking weight-wise? Yeah, okay. I mean, we've got enough medical supplies at the moment. I mean, we haven't got loads. Well, I say we don't have loads. We have lots of revival stuff, but we don't actually have a lot of healing stuff. She needs to have her weapon back on. That uses 3.7. Right. Everyone needs to reload their stuff. Right. Ralph needs to put his thing on. So it does a lot more damage than that. But the best thing is it has higher armor penetration. Right. Let's go down to the Wasteland and get healed up. Need some healing. I've got 20 scrap. How's that? Let's see what I can do for you. Okay. So everyone's basically healed up. Right, sell Sell that. What else can we sell? That. There's a lot of stuff I can just dump in my equipment box that I don't really need. Sell off those. And that's going to be a good place to stop. So we've basically got ourselves all kitted out with some really good equipment. And we should be able to wreck some faces from now on without too much trouble. And judging from the AP of these, we're pretty much going to be able to deal with if we come across anybody now that's relatively good armed besides the robots. But that's always the case in this game. I've been Cornish-Knight, this has been Wasteland 2, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get back in contact with you. I shall see you all next time as we go and save a town from some bad guys. Goodbye.